everybody. My next guests are sisters who founded an organization that empowers Black women and helps them succeed. They've given thousands of dollars in scholarships, much of it from their own pockets. And get this, they are both still in school. So that's why we're calling them rad humans. All right, everybody, please welcome the founders of Beauty and Brains, sisters Janet and Jennifer. What's up, ladies?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, well, meet Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
It's so nice to meet
Thank
you.
you for having us.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Y'all look beautiful. I love the different shades of pink. I love what you have going. And I mentioned that you were both, still in school. So where are you going? Janet, you can go first.
So I'm Janet. I'm Jennifer's older sister. I'm 24, and I am in my first year of medical school at Southern Illinois University.
And I'm Jennifer. I'm 21, and I'm currently in my junior year at Cornell University.
Oh my gosh. Well done, parents. Well done. Well, Janet and Jennifer, you're from the south side of Chicago, but grew up in the suburbs. What impact did that have on you? And maybe your aspirations, your dreams, and how big you could dream. Janet, you want to go first?
Yeah, of course. So my parents were originally from the south side of Chicago, so that's where they were born and raised. But they were just both very dedicated to education and making sure that their own kids were able to grow up in an environment where we had access to resources and better school systems and just opportunities that they didn't have growing up. And so when I was very young and before Jennifer was even born, they moved us into the south suburbs. So that's where we grew up majority of our lives, and just noticing the differences between the two areas, it's drastic, comparing the school systems between the two. Even just being in a city when the neighborhoods are not as safe compared to the suburban schools where we were. Our school system was overall better. Our teachers were more invested in our learning and making sure we were receiving the proper education. And even just our facilities were a lot nicer, and there were more opportunities and resources provided to us.
Exactly. So like Janet said, we traveled back and forth a lot to visit our friends and family still. And just as we grew up, we got to see the differences that came with that. So, we'd come home from school talking about the homework that we had and the things that we learned in class and different projects that we could have been working on, whereas our peers weren't having that same experience. They'd say they went to class and they didn't really do much, or their teachers, weren't asking them to, take anything home to still work on. And so that's when we first started really seeing the different trajectories in our lives that just our education made.
Absolutely. I think that's important for every kid of all whatever walk of life you come from, whatever your background is. It's so important. Don't you think it's so important for especially kids growing up to see different areas outside of where you were from?
Totally. I mean, congratulations. You guys are amazing. And what I find really beautiful in your story is that even when you moved out of the South Side, it wasn't like, okay, now we're there. Now we're just going to, that the connections you had, allowed you to see context and oh, wow, this shouldn't be so. There's also as I'm sure you guys know, amazing studies. There's a book called Half the Sky, which is about women and girls around the country around the world, and the difference it makes specifically in girls' lives to get education early. I mean, economically, it makes a difference top to bottom. Yeah. So it's really investing in education of women and girls is the way forward. Amazing.
Absolutely. That's called Half the Sky. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
There's a documentary too. Yeah, it's wonderful.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's sort of it's also the microloan program. So if you give a young girl $5, and it's what she will invest it in, and it's I'm sorry, women and girls, it's where it's at.
We're not biased.
Okay, right.
Well, Janet, you started awarding scholarships out of your own pocket, and I know I've helped people pay, friends of mine help pay for college. College is expensive. It's already a hard thing. You're racking up debt, all these things, and here you are giving away money while you're in school. That's unheard of.
So when I was a senior in college, I was working 3 jobs, and by the end of the year, I had saved up so much money, and I just felt like I was so blessed during this time, and I just felt like I needed to do something with this money. And all throughout my entire college career, people always came to me and asked me how did I do it? And could I recommend some different resources or different scholarships or different opportunities that they can apply to? And while I had all this extra money at the time, and I didn't have any bills or anything that I needed to take care of. I felt like I should do something good for people just like me. And so I wanted to give back. And so in 2018, that's when we awarded our first scholarship, and it was money straight out of my pocket that I had saved up.
Exactly. So, she came to me with the idea like, this is what I have, this is what I do. I want to give this scholarship, we should do it together. And so this is when I'm graduating high school, and I'm like, you know what, let's do it. And, once we did that, we kind of saw the full need that was there. And we're like, there's an opportunity to do more here, and we can really, make a difference here. And so that's where the whole organization started. And so it became more than a scholarship. And so at this point, we've given away 7 $1,000 scholarships. We've hosted our signature Beauty and Brunch networking event. And just, we're supported in, providing these resources because we've been given the support through our family, our Nana, our mom, and our dad. We have a super solid support system, so we wanted to do the same.
Yeah, so you want to create that support system for other people. It's a beautiful thing. You are two remarkable young women. It's really, I keep forgetting how old you are when you speak. I'm like, okay, it's crazy. One of their recipients is actually my next guest. Please welcome Rachel, everybody. Hi, hello. Well, say hi to Amy.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Rachel.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Rachel, how has their organization, how has Beauty and Brains helped you specifically?
Oh, man. Beauty and Brains has been such a pivotal and transformative part of my experience. I attend Spelman College right now, and when I transferred to Spelman College, I was on this journey of really giving back to my community from what I experienced, and I wanted to be surrounded by like-minded Black students and Black individuals who really wanted to be change agents. And Beauty and Brains came in the super welded cape and helped me so much financially. I was able to pay for my books and transportation. Wow. And it was just such a blessing. It was like divine intervention, we like to say. It was divine intervention. And beyond that, right now, I run the content creation team, and we put our resources, anything from study tips, health tips, resume, LinkedIn, you name it, we got it. And we're providing those resources for Black women and Black students. And it's been so empowering. It's been so empowering for women to just come along and be a part of this network and community that we have. It makes me so happy. My favorite thing about Beauty and Brains is that it's ongoing. It's not just a scholarship, here, take this money. It's like they adopted me into their family, into this community, into this movement, this ever-growing and everlasting movement that we have here. And it's going to change the world. And we just hope that Black students are their highest, best version of themselves through Beauty and Brains.
Absolutely. And you know what, that network, like you said, that's so invaluable. Like having people really help you out with not only the support, but the opportunity, just knowing, kind of what to do, what's my next step, like not just helping you here and letting you go and figure it out. That's an incredible thing. Well, I have to ask you, Janet and Jennifer, what is so special about Rachel? I know that you've, been able to help several people, but what do you think sticks out to you about Rachel?
We love Rachel so much.
Rachel.
Rachel, we love you. We just overall just love her spirit. She embodies everything about what Beauty and Brains is. And you guys heard her story about having to transfer schools, and she's just a prime example of what can happen when someone is given those options and those resources and when they finally find them. And so now that Rachel has been given that, she's just a constant source to feed back into the community. So that just creates that cycle of teaching and being taught and just feeding back into the community what you've been given.
Exactly. And so Rachel hit it right on the head. Just she's that cycle in action. She's already helping women like her, like she said, as she heads our marketing team and produces that content, which you can find across our Instagram page. And she talked a lot about how just it's more than scholarships. And so like she really gets Beauty and Brains, and she's the embodiment of what we all stand for, and that, what a unique experience it is to be a Black woman and the restrictions that comes with that. And that's why we empower our BB girls to, bring their whole selves into everything that we do. And Rachel does just that. And so, she's building this community beyond college. and into her career. And so we just can't wait to see everything she becomes, and so glad we got to have her be a part of this journey with us.
Well, we reached out to our friends at OttLight, the only desk lamp designed with proven patented sanitizing technology that actually kills bacteria while you work or study and even reduces eye strain. And like Janet and Jennifer, they want to help others strive for their best. So they're going to give Beauty and Brains $10,000 because they love y'all. Is that all right? Will that help?
Oh my God, yes, thank you.
Oh my God, absolutely.
So much.
Ladies, I can't wait to have y'all back on and just see what's next, happening in the next chapter of Beauty and Brains. It's amazing what you're doing. It's just an incredible thing for especially young women, just being empowered by other young women. It's really, really beautiful. Yep, I'm still here, just waiting for you to subscribe. If you don't, I'll be trapped in this box forever.